decisions.
What about you trying to steal my employees?
I'm not in your business.
It's Julian.
What do you want?
I really don't like bad energy around me.
Well, you've never partied with Tiffany Junguna before.
Oh, I can't wait.
That's inappropriate.
Did I do anything wrong?
You're my boss.
This girl might even be using hard drugs. What will I know?
Now you have me wondering if you're her dad.
So what happened to that promise of minding your own business?
Please.
So you think the same fate will befall me? Only time can tell. It's a waiting game then.
It's not enough time, right?
It's plenty of time.
I am planning a wedding.
Finally.
I didn't want him to think we were using him. We are using him. That's how it works. He's Johnny Blake.
Sorry, this is Marigold.
Hello. I mean, hello or hi.
Hi, though, is it's fine.
Now you're toast. You have no idea how grateful I am that you're paying for my wedding, but this isn't exactly what I was looking for. But the moment you start being charming, I'm leaving.
Music can be magical. It's the soul for life and gives immense space to us. It has a powerful therapeutic effect on the human psyche. Whether secular or gospel, there's a song for everyone, every occasion, and every emotion.
God bless you.
I do hope you have enjoyed your festivities as we gear up for the new year 2024. My name is Abdiaziz Hashim. My co-anchor is Brian Muraru, and you're just in time for the latest here in the country and beyond our borders. And we kickstart our coverage this lovely afternoon in the education sector, where parents and teachers from Oserian High School in Naivasha, Nakuru County, are calling upon the Ministry of Education to intervene following its closure. The institution was closed down by Oserian Flower Farm due to financial constraint. The farm representative, George Ruken, who confirmed its closure, noted that the decision was arrived at following a prolonged cash crunch coupled with parents' failure to pay school fees. The residents, however, termed the decision as a major blow to the parents who will be forced to seek new schools for their children.
For the last 3 to 4 years imekuwa ikilete shida. Tulikuwa na Oserian Academy hapo chini tu ya Oserian High School, na tulifunga last year kwa sababu the challenges tu ya kurun.
Kia mzazi analia kwamba ana wanafunzi wawili katika kidato cha 4. Sasa huyu ni kama atakuwa na watoto kama 3 wa kuingia form 1. Kwa sababu anapoingia shule nyingine inabidi amnunulie uniform, anunue vitabu, afanye budget ya mtoto yule ambaye angelikuwa tayari kwa shule.
Tusaidieni tujue watoto wanapata shule wapi, transfers au zitapatikana aje. Shule ni yetu, but kama ilikuwa mali ya mtu ameifunga, tupewe mwelekeo venye watoto watasoma, watapata aje stakabadhi zao na sisi tutashukuru.
Still within the confines of the education sector, Mbere North Member of Parliament, that is Geoffrey Roku, is pushing to have the cut-off points required for girls joining national schools in Mbere, Mambu County reduced. The MP claims many girls face myriads of challenges in the semi-arid regions. Speaking while issuing bursaries to the university and college students, Roku noted that only 37 girls from Mbere North managed to attain the required marks in the 2023 KCPE exams. He also added that the NGCDF will pay 6,100 shillings of the required 10,000 shillings in school fees to cushion parents in the region.
Lazima watoto wetu wa kutoka eneo hili la Mbere North wapate nafasi. Ndio maana tumekaa chini na mwalimu mkuu wa Chicago Girls tukakubaliana ya kwamba wale watoto wako na 340 wasichana wa hapa kwetu Mbere North watapata nafasi ya kuingia pale kusomea pale.
And in other news, residents of Isolo and Samburu counties have been urged to report gender-based violence cases through the newly launched Ongea Usikie online platform. The platform seeks to highlight such cases that go unreported most of the time due to fear and intimidation. Isolo County Commissioner Geoffrey Omondi, who graced the launch of the platform, said the government will have no room for alternative justice procedures for perpetrators of GBV, as has been the norm among the pastoral communities.
The launch of the digital platform dubbed Ongea Usikie for Isolo and Samburu counties will serve as a new medium of reporting on gender-based violence cases. Residents are being urged to take up the challenge and make public incidences of the vices that have continued despite government mitigation efforts.
Launch ili ikue platform ikue voice for the voiceless. Wale hawezi kujiongelea, wale hawezi kujitokeza, ili kila mtu asaidiwe. Platform inafanya haraka kwa sababu hata county commissioner anaona, kila mtu anaona katika ile platform, anajua pale LMD kuna event ina happen. Iwe ni GBV, ni mwanamke amepigwa, ni mtoto amerepiwa, ama chochote imetendeka.
Alternative justice routes have been a thing for a long time amongst pastoral communities, but the local administration now says that has to be done away with to allow the law to take its course.
Hatutakuwa na huruma kwa yule mtu ambaye anataka kurudisha sisi nyuma. Hatutakuwa na huruma kwa yule mtu ambaye anadhulumu. Ama mtoto amedhulumiwa, amepeleka kotini, sasa mzazi huko anaenda kunegotiate.
Gender champions drawn from the two counties will be trained to sensitize the youth on the importance of speaking out against the vices and reporting on the same.
Tumefundishwa ya kwamba lazima tuwape wasichana na vijana elimu sawa. And in education, especially in both religion and in Islam, which I know it is compulsory for both boys and girls. Compulsory. Si kubembeleza. The way food is compulsory, the way prayers are compulsory, education is compulsory.
Kwa hivyo pia sisi kama vijana na kama wanaume ni mzuri pia tusimame na akina dada na tupinge hii mambo ya GBV, kwa sababu kwa namna moja ama nyingine, hata kama tunasema ni wasichana wanakuwa wanakeketwa, lakini kwa namna moja ama nyingine inatuhusu sisi na itatuaffect sisi.
State and non-state actors are further being urged to commit to popularizing the app to ensure that no further cases go unreported. Yusufar reporting for Lunchtime News.
Let's head over to the coastal region where residents of Lynx Butterfly Estate in Nyali, Mombasa County are up in arms over poor drainage that they claim has been a headache for months. The residents say the matter has been made worse by the current, albeit now sporadic, rains that have been pounding Mombasa County. They blame the contractors of a nearby mall for building on a waterway and blocking drainage systems.
This stagnant water at Link's Butterfly Estate in Nyali has become an unwitting breeding ground for mosquitoes. The residents, led by former Nyali MP Awiti Bolo, noting that the stagnant water accumulates for weeks in their neighborhood whenever it rains.
County government cannot license people to construct expensive building like this without the drainage.
Tushahama mara mbili tuwatafuta hizi BNB kwenda kukaa. Nyumba haikaliki, tuacha nyumba maji yamejaa ndani, tutalala vipi? Maji yamejaa, maji ya kupita kiuno. Tutaishi vipi hapo ndani sisi? Na wadudu na kila kitu ndani sasa yanaingia.
Mary Atieno, who has lived in the estate for 4 years now, having acquired a piece of land on which she built her house, said she has thrice had to do renovations in her house to try and prevent water from getting in whenever it rains.
Wakati nilinunua uwanja hapa nikajenga, nilikuwa hakuna kitu kama hiyo, lakini wakati sasa nikianza kushaba maji inaingia ndani ya nyumba mpaka nifikia hapa. Wakati mvua inanyesha hiyo maji inajaza hapo, mimi sitoki ndani ya nyumba. Kama hii ya juzi si kutoka ndani ya nyumba 2 weeks.
The residents blame the contractors of a nearby mall, whom they accuse of building on a waterway and blocking drainage systems.
Before this quick mart was built, there was a waterway where water was going through. So since it's been built, it has been blocked. We even see sewage water coming out from that quick mart site, from the road as well, and all those waters come inside the estate.
They are now calling on the county government to intervene.
Residents of Dumberi W in Kiambu County have raised concerns over the state of St. Peter's High School swimming pool, which serves as a recreational facility for both students and the locals. The residents are now calling on the National Government Constituency Development Fund, which is the NGCDF, to privatize the facility, which has been closed for over a year now.
This is St. Peter's High School Dumberi swimming pool, a will-be source of revenue to the public. The story states now a matter of concern to the Dumberi community that used to make payments to gain access. According to residents, the pool, which cost taxpayers millions of shillings in construction, has now been closed for the past 1 year, leading to loss of revenue and denying the community a recreational facility.
As we speak right now, hii December peke yake, hii swimming pool imepoteza zaidi ya shilingi 1,500. Kwa ile shilingi 100 ilikuwa inalipwa hapa, tulikuwa tunaokota pesa mingi sana.
They want the area member of parliament to set aside funds in the interim that will be used to rehabilitate the swimming pool.
Tungeomba mheshimiwa wetu, kama pesa yenye anapewa na serikali angeikata nusu yake aitenge kando, ndio kuja tufanyie renovation kwa hii project, ndiposa watoto wetu wenye walikuwa wanafaidika na hii project ndio waweze kuendelea na hii project iweze kuendelea.
The locals are now also appealing to the National Government Constituency Development Funds Board to take over the management of the pool.
Na kama wameshindwa, wafanye venye President William Samoei Ruto alisema, zile project zote na facilities za umma zenye zinaletea serikali hasara zitatupwa kwa mikono ya private sectors.
And on the political front, a political duel between former Bumula MP Mambu Mabonga and the current MP Jack Wamboka manifested at a funeral service of the late Moses Mabonga, father to the former MP, after the two differed over the government's development scorecard. Wamboka, who was elected on a DAPK ticket, accused the Kenya Kwanza government of relegating on its campaign pledges, claims that did not go well with the former MP and Webuye West Member of Parliament Dan Wanyama, who were both supporters of the Kenya Kwanza government. Now, Father Erobot of Kimwanga Parish, who presided over the ceremony, called on both factions to forego their grandstanding and work together instead.
Mimi nilijua huyo mzee Sezu Munya, nilijua huyo mzee ya tu kusherehekea maisha ya mzee Mabonga, sababu ya kusisi kulumbana hapa chini. Mimi am ready, tukae chini na tuchore.
Na huyu Mambu, my friend, nimewaambia kwamba tutakapochora siasa ya 2027 inaenda kupea watu wengine headache.
So Omwami Jack, relax, sisi ndio tuko na mpango ya kutengeneza inji hii ya Kenya ikuwe inji yenye fanaka sana.
Na Yesu mwenyewe alitufundisha kwamba usibebane na watu. Kuna watu wengine wamebeba wenzao. Hebu angalia kwa moyo wako, umebebana na mtu yote? Leo katika misa hii jaribu kuachilia ili ukue huru.
The Kenya Union of Domestic Hotels, Education Institution, Hospitals and Allied Workers, KUDHEIHA, Secretary General Albert Njeru, has called upon the Cabinet Secretary for Education, Ezekiel Machogu, to see to it that all non-teaching staff in the education institutions are paid before schools reopen on the 8th of January for the new academic year. The association is blaming the delay in releasing the capitation funds for the third term of 2023 as the main reason for the non-teaching staff payment delays. Njeru also called for the harmonization of working terms for all non-teaching staff in the country to improve their welfare.
The issue of paying the non-teaching staff should be done before the schools are opened, so that the non-teaching staff can feel motivated to work in our education institutions. It is high time, as we open the schools, as the ministry is organizing to release the grant, we have all non-teaching staff across the country getting harmonized terms and conditions of service. Otherwise, it doesn't call for unfortunate situation that we have to wait until the government increases the salary instead of negotiating collective bargaining agreement. CS Machogu, please take care of non-teaching staff who are crying and asking themselves, what shall they do to get better terms and conditions of service? And be able to also get their money paid in good times. Arrange now the grant, personal emolument can be released on or before 8th so that the non-teaching staff can be able to pay the fees of their students.
And now to a special excerpt this afternoon. Arguably the original settlers of Nairobi, the Nubian people living in Kibra fear they might lose what they believe to be their ancestral land as the government moves in to implement the affordable housing program. Judith Akolo spoke to the Nubian Council of Elders on the history of the Nubian people and their current fears and filed the following report.
The Nubians, an ethnic group indigenous to northern Sudan and southern Egypt, are believed to be descendants of a civilization that dates back to ancient Egypt. The journey of the Nubians dates back to the 1800s when they first settled in Machakos together with the Europeans. According to Mzee Harun Muhammad, the settlers felt that Machakos was not habitable, and so they got on their way first, settling at Pangani and Muthaiga in Nairobi.
Wakatolewa hapa kapeleko Keleleshwa. Keleleshwa pia ni pori. Tena wakafieka hapa yote. Baada ya kufieka, wakaambiwa sasa tena kutoka huko ndio wakaja hapa Kibira. Kibira wakaja hapa kwa wakati 1900.
At Kibra, they found a dense forest. A few Maasai herders who were grazing their cattle in the open space within the forest embraced the Nubians and allowed them to stay.
Na hapa walipata Masai. Hapa Masai ndio walikuwa wanakaa hapa, naishi hapa. Kuna pahali ambao wanachunga ng'ombe zao. Hapa wakasikizana na wazee wetu kwa njia ile mzuri sana. Paka hawa Masai wakasema hawa watu ni watu wazuri, watakaa hapa.
Although this land was surveyed in 1917, It was gazetted in 1918.
It is here that the colonial masters established a military camp with a shooting range called Laini ya Shabaha, which has turned out to be called Kibra Laini Saba.
Wanakaa pahali yao ya kupiga shabaha. Ndio hapa naitwa Laini Shabaha. Sasa habari ya military iliisha kwa 1930. Hapa 33 habari ya military ikaisha. Hii Kibra ikawa chini ya administration.
The old men reminisce a time when they had vast area of the land handed to them in 1918, which measured over 4,000 acres. It included Sarangombe, present-day Jamhuri area, Lomley, present-day Ayany, Galalima, which is Olympic, Toi, now known as Fort Jesus, and Lindi near Nairobi Dam, Langata, which had the barracks, and Makina. In these areas, the Nubians grew crops, had grazing fields, as well as the residential areas made of huts.
Ili Kibira ilikuwa iko shamba. Iko shamba pahali ya wazetu kulima. Sio pori tena, ilikuwa na shamba.
We used to farm, we used to rear cattle, and Sarangombe, like Sarangombe, the present day Jamhuri estate. Sarangombe is a name coined from the Nubian language where you take animal to grazing, for grazing. All this Kibra was farms. Even people coming from town, city center, they would say, we are going to the Shamba. Shamba was Kibra.
The struggle for independence saw the Nubian community providing shelter to the Mau Mau fighters who would hide in the huts, and since Kibra was known to be inhabited by peace-loving Nubians as well as decommissioned officers from the Kenya African Rifles, KAR, the colonial administration would never search for them.
Ilikuwa iko chini ya jeshi Kibira.
That was an act which was punishable by death. But the Nubians still took that risk to make their mark in the struggle of independence for this country. But population-wise, we are very few. We don't have the capacity. Although in 1969 we had our first MP, who was a Nubian.
Now nestled in a small area of 288 acres from the initial 4,197.9 acres, the Nubian community, dwarfed by other communities in Kibra area, expresses fears that they are being disinherited and could soon be landless as the government moves in to possess the land to implement the affordable housing program.
And we want to have the potential to turn this land into wealth for the community. We don't think this is the right place for affordable housing.
This is corroborated by an urban development expert, Peter Orimba, who asserts that any development ought to be done with the people and not for the people.
The biggest challenge is like for those cases of Kibera, it is more like you plan for the people. You are not planning with the people. Because when you are providing those houses, it should be to the point where you are sure whoever you are going to give these services, are they able to utilize or enjoy those services?
He warns that the affordable housing program in Kibra could come a cropper the same way the attempt failed during Mwai Kibaki's regime.
Those people who moved in, who allocated those houses, they could not cope. They could not cope in those houses. It was like a culture shock for them.
For the Nubians, it has been a century of deceit from successive regimes.
Despite all the efforts that we have put in Kenya, before and after independence, the role that we have played, we have been given zero. This is a betrayal.
Judith Akolo, KBC, Channel 1.
Thank you, Akolo, for that particular report. Now you know the history of the Nubian people currently residing in Kibra. Now, Kikuu elders have refuted claims of bad blood between the group and the church over circumcision of young boys, saying both bear the same responsibility of molding the youth. The elders, however, claim that the role of presiding over the rite of passage has always been a preserve of the elders. They said circumcision has been a strict cultural issue over the years that is fully understood by the elders.
Watoto wapelekewe wazee. Wakipelekewa wazee, hakuna tabu hizo zitapatikana tena. Sababu zamani vijana wetu walikuwa si kama wa leo. Sababu vijana wetu wengi ni wale wameenda njia hiyo ya kunywa pombe. Na ndio wanaenda wanachukua hiyo vijana na wanawafundisha.
Kanisa na wazee hatuna shida. Maana hawa wazee ndio pia wazee wa kanisa. Zile kanisa tunajenga ndio hawa wanakuja kuchangia. Kwa hivyo nitapigaje baba, tutapiga aje wazazi wetu. Hasa wale wako kwa kanisa, hatuwezi piga wazee.
Now listen to this remarkable story. Ngini Assistant Chief in Machakos County, Leangutu, lives by the adage, a leader knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Lea is using her talent singing to interact with the locals in her sub-location to inspire the youth and solve crime. Lea's new style of leadership has led to the popularity of a local church choir where she is a member. Sarafina Robi with the details.
The soft rays of the sun on Lea's skin only warm her up to sing her heart out. This is Leangutu. She wears many capes, one of them being the Assistant Chief Ngini sublocation in Machakos County. Walking into the new East Africa Church, it's easy to spot her. Her voice in harmony with the melodies that rent the air, capturing the hearts and souls of the young and old, the weary in spirit and the jolly at heart. Leah says singing has enabled her to interact more with the residents of her sublocation and get to know their troubles.
Nimepata information sana nikienda kanisa. Na nikiwa kanisani watu wako free na mimi. Sasa wanioni kama chief. Waniona huyu ni mtu wa kawaida, ni mshiriki wa kanisa. Nimekuwa tu mtu wa kawaida kwao. Kama hapa hata wananichezea, unaona. Sasa wakiona wacha tumwambie hapa kuna bangi iko mahali. Sasa najua tu kuna kama nikipata wakati wangu najipeleka hapo sasa, naenda kuangalia bangi kama ni ukweli. Kuna mama amedhulumiwa mahali, nitaenda hapo niangalie, nione kweli amedhulumiwa ukweli ama ni nini.
She further says this has enabled her to inspire the youth and encourage them to stop drugs and substance abuse.
Hata naitumia pia kwa kufight drugs. Kwa youth wetu wameacha kuvuta bangi na nimeona a very big change in my sub-location. Hata wasichana wengine nasikia tu wanasema tu tunataka kuwa kama chief wetu, wanafurahia. So I've been a role model to many.
The pastor and congregants agree that never in donkey years have they met such a leader.
Assistant chief ambaye tuko naye hapa, ambaye wakati watu wanaona anapokuja kanisani wanamwangalia, wanaona kweli neno la Mungu ni la maana, kwa maana kama assistant chief anaweza acha kukaa nyumbani na kuja kanisani, si anafanya wale wengine wanafuruta wanakuja kanisani.
Wakati ambao na train choir, uanga nafurahia sana njoo hii choir ni mix up. Iko na youth, iko na wamama, pia iko na assistant chief. So nikisimama tu hivi vile na wafunza, wanga naona kibawa ambao Mungu amenipatia. Njoo kufunza watu wote hivi. Hiyo inaoneshana Mungu amekuita.
This has earned their choir quite the reputation.
Wakati tunaenda nje kuimba like kwa functions za watu, tumekuwa tukiwahimiza na hizo nyimbo ambazo tunaimba.
Sasa hivi tulikuwa na mkutano wa assistant chief hapa ngine, na hii kanisa letu likaalikwa. Walikuwa wengi na waliimba vizuri mpaka hata mimi nikafurahia na watu wakafurahia, wakaanza kuuliza hiyo kwaya ni kwaya kutoka wapi.
Liam believes in the saying, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader.
And indeed, she is leading the way. Now, a quick look at our weather forecast this afternoon. Rains will continue over the southern half of the country, with most parts of the northeastern and northwestern parts is likely to remain dry between the 26th of December and January 1st next year. According to the weatherman, isolated heavy rainfall may occur over some parts of the highlands east and west of the Rift Valley, with the southern eastern lowlands and the South Rift Valley. Here is a detailed regional forecast covering the next 1 week.
According to the weatherman, the highlands west of the Rift Valley, the Lake Victoria Basin and Rift Valley including Kisii, Nyamira, Nandi, Kericho, Bomet, Kakamega, Vihiga and Bungoma will experience rains in the morning with afternoon showers and thunderstorms expected of a few places, occasionally spreading to several places. In northwestern Kenya, days are likely to be sunny and nights partly cloudy. However, morning rains as well as afternoon and night showers are expected of a few places during the second half of the forecast period. The highlands east of the Rift Valley, including Nairobi County, Njeru and Laikipia, among others, are expected to have occasional cloudiness, accompanied by light rains in the morning, with the afternoons characterized by showers over a few places, gradually increasing to several places during the second half of the forecast period. Night showers are likely to occur over a few places. Northeastern Kenya is likely to have sunny days and nights partly cloudy. The southeastern lowlands such as Machakos, Kitui, Makueni and Kajiado are expected to have morning rains over a few places, while afternoon showers are likely to occur over a few places, occasionally spreading to several places. Night showers are also expected of a few places. In the coastal counties of Mombasa, Tana River, Kilifi, Lamu and Kwale, mornings and afternoon showers are expected over a few places.
28 minutes past the hour. That concludes our first segment of KBC's Lunchtime News. Don't go too far. I'll be telling you the latest, especially in the English Premier League last night matches, including Liverpool and Manchester United. Don't go too far.
In a world filled with uncertainty, there is one thing we can always count on: the power of compassion and generosity. Every day, families in Kenya face unimaginable challenges and hardships. They struggle to put food on the table, provide shelter for their loved ones, and access basic health care. But today, you have the power to make a difference. By just contributing 1 shilling and 50 cents from your airtime, your generosity can provide access to sanitary pads, nutritious food, clean water, education, and life-saving medical care to those who need it most. To support this cause, please tune in to your favorite radio station under the KBC umbrella for step-by-step instructions on how to subscribe. KBC Helping Hands. Together, we can make a difference and bring hope to those in need.
Get ready for the captivating return of the FKF Premier League, exclusively on KBC. Brace yourself for the thrill of football as 18 teams battle it out for glory. Every week, KBC brings you not one, but two heart-pounding matches, delivering the best football action right to your living room. The stakes are higher than ever. The league champion takes home a handsome prize of 5 million shillings and also earns the honor of representing Kenya in the prestigious CAF Champions League. Feel the adrenaline, experience the suspense, and join the roar of the crowd as we celebrate the return of Kenya's football legacy. The FKF Premier League, live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1 and KBC radio stations. Save the date, mark your calendars, and get ready for the ultimate football spectacle. Coming to you live only on KBC. KBC, your true sports partner.
How are you, Kenyans? My name is John Jacob Curieth. I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I bring you the 9 p.m. news on Wednesdays and Sundays. I also serve in the police corridors. I want to wish you the very best. Be careful on the roads. Make merry but carefully. God bless.
He just hired a nobody to take Rodrigo's position. My father has decided to fire him from the factory. Are you hurt that Rodrigo was fired?
I have to make sure that the woman pays for what she did. I will not rest until I have achieved that.
Yes, Alonzo. I threw her out. And I really hope you will support me with this.
Alonzo, hold on. You can't just make a decision like that without consulting me. We're both part of the management of this company.
I have decided, and that's that. You have no say in this, and I can just easily decide to end this partnership.
It's not enough time, right? It's plenty of time. I am planning a wedding.
Finally.
I didn't want him to think we were using him. We are using him. That's how it works. He's Johnny Blake.
Sorry, this is Marigold.
Hello. I mean, hello or hi.
Hi-lo is, it's fine.
Now you're toast. You have no idea how grateful I am that you're paying for my wedding. But this isn't exactly what I was looking for. But the moment you start being charming, I'm leaving.
So you want to move into?
More like owning it.
And Kathy wants to sell you the house. Is it even under her name?
Nick, there's quite a lot you don't know.
You both would love to start a family in the near future.
Yeah, we would.
You're in charge of all his decisions.
What about you trying to steal my employees?
I'm not in your business.
It's Julian. What do you want? I really don't like bad energy around me. Well, you've never partied with Tiffany Chikuna before. Oh, I can't wait. That's inappropriate.
Did I do anything wrong?
You're my boss.
This girl might even be using hard drugs. What will I know?
Now you have me wondering if you're her dad.
So what happened to that promise of minding your own business?
Please.
So you think the same fate will befall me? Only time can tell. It's a waiting game then.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now, fishermen in the Indian Ocean are benefiting from a 4-year 10 billion shilling deep-sea fishing program. The World Bank's Kenya Marine Fisheries and Socio-Economic Development Program has provided fishermen with deep-sea fishing gear and financial assistance to acquire modern fishing vessels in a bid to increase fish earnings.
Climate change and lack of proper fishing gear has seen fishermen in the Indian Ocean grapple with reduced earning in recent years due to depletion of fish stocks. In a move aimed at creating more job opportunities and increase fishermen earnings, the World Bank is now supporting local fishermen to tap into the 300 billion shillings marine economy by assisting the fishermen acquire modern deep-sea fishing gear.
Yeah, the deep-sea fishing
venture for us is unlocking the blue economy potential, because if you go to the deep sea, most of these fishes are migratory. So it means that it will increase the fish landings. So the traders, the fish traders, they'll have good catch, and also they'll have the fish that is required in the market.
The fishermen are also facilitated to access credit of up to 2 million shillings to access deep sea fishing vessels.
They know how to ride the boats, but they don't have coxswain license. Most of their boats were not seaworthy. So what we have done as a project is to take the fishers for a training of coxswain, which has been done. We have engaged them with Kisumu Maritime.
KEMSED ilipokuja, sisi kama kikundi cha Shela Fisherman and Trader tumekuwa na hiki kikundi kwa muda wa miaka 25. Kwa muda wote huyo tulikuwa hatuna boti, lakini tunashukuru kwa mradi huu tulifanya application na alhamdulillah tumefaulu.
The project aims at restocking fish in shallow waters by aiding fishermen increase migratory fishes catch. The modern vessels are fitted with refrigeration equipment to preserve fishermen's catch and increase on-sea fish processing. Beatrice Getonyang-Etich, Lunchtime News.
And now finally, let's get sporty. The third leg of the Kenya Volleyball Federation National League will be held on 11th to the 12th of January 2024 at the Malaba Stadium, Busia County. Kenya Ports Authority men's team will face Kenya Forest Service. Equity Bank will be up against the Prisons Rift Valley. Powerhouse GSU will take on Mount Kenya Base Yetu, while reigning national champions Prisons Kenya will play Nyanza Prisons. In the women's category, Prisons Kenya will face Kenya Pipeline. Post Bank will play Bunge. KDF will square it out with Vihiga County. Defending champions KCB will take on Kenya Army, while Nairobi Water will up against Manatha. Now the teams will thereafter take part in the Dr. Arthur Odera Volleyball Tournament from the 13th to the 14th of January 2024. Now let's head over to Europe, where Liverpool singled their title ambitions by going top of the English Premier League thanks to a hard-fought 2-0 victory at the relegation-threatened Burnley. Meanwhile, Rasmus Haaland capped Manchester United's thrilling fight back from 2 goals down as the Denmark striker netted for the first time in the Premier League to seal a dramatic 3-2 win of Aston Villa.
Darwin Núñez guided in a lovely finish from the edge of the box to end a run of 12 club games without a goal.
There's Gakpo again, and here's Núñez again, and Salah! Oh, what a save that is!
Elliott also had an effort chalked off for Salah, interfering with play in a... Rasmus Højlund scored his first Premier League goal as Manchester United.
Well, those fixtures from the English Premier League continues this evening with Brentford set to take on Wolves. Chelsea